Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a really long time since I have recorded a video, but I am back on YouTube. So I just thought that I would tell you guys what I've been up to. I graduated college in 2021 and I didn't apply for a single job. I decided that I was just gonna work at the restaurant job that I had been working at in college. I really enjoyed it. I loved working at this job. Like, I had so many friends that were my age. The management was awesome. My friends that I made were just so great there. So I'm very sad to be leaving that job. It was a good year. I'm really glad that I took that kind of gap year post-graduation to kind of figure out where I was gonna go from there. For those who don't know, I graduated with a public relations degree from the University of Colorado, Boulder, which is why I stayed outside of Denver for the past year to work at my job. Then about a year ago, I decided that I wanted to start applying for flight attendant positions. I didn't really know where to start. I actually was just watching a YouTuber. Her name is Jetting Julia. If you haven't watched her videos, they're so awesome. It's really a good example of what being a flight attendant is really like. So after binge watching her videos, I decided that I wanted to be a flight attendant. I applied in January of this year, 2022 is when I started applying for flight attendant positions. I immediately got rejected. Actually, funny enough, I applied for the same two airlines that opened their applications that reopened their applications later in 2022. I ended up getting very far in the interview process for both of these two airlines later on in the year, which I'll get into. I had a ton of travel planned for the end of 2022. Actually, I guess I had a lot of travel planned for this whole year. I went on a cruise with my boyfriend. I went home to North Carolina for a while. And then I actually went to Europe with my mom for 2 weeks. We went to Spain and Portugal. When I came back, I had 2 weeks in between that and the trip that I'm currently on, which is in Bali, Indonesia. So currently, I'm filming from Bali. I was actually supposed to be here for 2 months total, 1 month in Indonesia and then 1 month in Thailand. But because I actually got hired with an airline, I found out at the beginning of October that I wasn't gonna be able to go to Thailand because I had to come home, or I have to come home for training on November 9th. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the company that I'm working for. I've noticed that a lot of flight attendants are very secretive in their videos about who they work for, so I don't know the rules, so I'm not gonna say what airline I'm going to training with. Just from going through the interview process, it is like, I mean, it is hard to get this job. I think they said that 100,000 people applied this year with my airline, and only, I think they hired about 1,000 flight attendants, so that gives you a 1% chance of getting a CJO. When I say a CJO, that just means a conditional job offer. Once you submit your initial application with the airline, which I actually submitted my application with this airline in May of 2022, so this past May, and then they didn't even contact me for an interview until August. So I just thought that I didn't get the job. I wasn't really planning on applying again this year because of all of the traveling that I was doing. I was just gonna start again in 2023. But they reached out to me randomly in August and said, hey, we want to invite you to a virtual interview. I scheduled my virtual interview. I did that. It was literally just 10 people in a Zoom kind of call. You introduced yourself, answered one question, and then they're like, okay, we'll let you know in 7 to 10 days if you're gonna move on. I was so nervous at that point. I really wanted the position. I was shocked that they even contacted me to ask me for an interview, but they did contact me. They emailed me about 7 days later and said, hey, we wanna fly you out to Dallas to do a face-to-face interview. How the face-to-face interview works, you go there and it's actually not like a one-on-one interview. It's like a whole day. If you guys want me to go more in depth about the interview process, I'd be happy to make a video explaining that. But anyways, did that and they actually offered me the CJO, the conditional job offer, on the spot, which was really exciting. I could not believe that I got it, honestly. I was so nervous. You have to do like a drug screening, a background check, all of that. Then you go home and you wait like a week or two to find out if you passed the background check and drug screening, which I did. Then I waited another week to get my training dates, which were November 9th through December 20th. So I canceled the last part of my trip, and now I will be going to training for 6 weeks in Dallas. I'm so excited. I like can't wait. Everything's just happening so fast. Since I did get invited to training, that means that I will have to move immediately after. So I will not be living in Denver anymore, unfortunately. I don't know where I'm gonna be moving yet. We'll find out which bases are open, I think the first few days of training, and then you rank the bases that are open in the order that you would want them. You get your base based off of your seniority. My seniority is going to be very low. I'm only going to be 24 years old, and they do it based off of age and if you already work for the airline. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to. I'm very excited to take you guys with me in this next chapter of my life. I want to share what it's like to be a flight attendant. I want to share the day-to-day of what it actually looks like. I'm also somebody who gets lonely very easily, so I feel like if I have my camera with me all the time, then maybe I won't be as lonely when I'm on layovers by myself. I am going to try to post once a week, hopefully, and I'm gonna vlog all during training and everything. I'm really nervous, but I'm also really excited too. I think it's gonna be great. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up this video here. If you're already subscribed to me and you're watching this, thank you so much. I literally haven't posted in 3 years, so the fact that you're still subscribed to me is pretty awesome. And if you're new here, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys soon.